Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me in this live section again. You guys are aware that Nnamdi Kanu is going to be coming to court on June 13th. And to be honest, the Kanu's team have already started warning Nigerians as well as the DSS team that they are going to shake the court on the 13th of June. That the court is going to shake on because they are already preparing and they are getting ready for what is going to happen tomorrow, which is 13th of June, and possibly we'll be listening to what Aloy Ejimaka have to say about what is going to go on in court on the 13th of June, as well as what the outcome of what will be the outcome on the 13th of June, because we've actually taken a look at how tomorrow's we'll be talking about how tomorrow's court case is going to be. You guys know that they charged him for terrorism related charges, and here is what we can say is going to be the possible outcome, because the possible outcome tomorrow's proceedings might even involve further cross-examination of prosecution witness or potential adjournments. The court decision could also impact Kanu's bail application or trial progress. So we'll be saying that there may even be more further cross-examination of prosecution witness. But all we know is that Nnamdi Kanu is going to win this case. Even if they try to do anything they want to do, only what we will know is that Nnamdi Kanu would definitely win this case this time around. So for me, I feel that you guys are aware that Nnamdi Kanu was given a terrorism charge. So Kanu faces charges related to terrorism, treason, and other offences. So then the detention and bail, he has been in detention since June 2021, with his bail applications often being denied and or delayed. So human rights concerns, his case has raised concerns about human rights, freedom of expression, and the treatment of detainees in Nigeria. So the outcome of his case tomorrow, that's June 13th, will depend on so many things. First of all, for his court proceedings, the court decision on his bail application, trial progress, or potential judgment. Another thing is legal representation, the effectiveness of his legal team in presenting his case. Another thing is political and social context, the broader political and social implications of his case, including public opinion and potential diplomatic pressure. So these are the things that we're going to be having tomorrow, which is June 13th. Like, first of all, they're going to bring more cross-examination, and the court decision will be the court proceedings is going to be on his bail application, his trial progress, or his potential judgment. While the legal representation, they're going to be needing more effectiveness. Yes, Kanu's team will be needing more effectiveness on tomorrow's court, because that is also what they're going to determine on whether they're going to release Nnamdi Kanu or not. Because you guys know that the last time trial within trial, Nnamdi Kanu won it because of, you guys saw the effectiveness of his lawyers during that time. The lawyers won the case, like the way they were even giving it back to back to 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 the DSS witnesses. It was even enough to know that okay, Nnamdi Kanu will win this case. You guys even need to listen to what Aloy Ejimaka said about June 13th, as well as he was saying that the court is going to shake. Yes, because Kanu's team has already won Nigeria, that they are getting prepared. Just like I told you guys, the only thing now that they're going to use and determine Kanu's release is legal representative, the effectiveness of these people. That's what they're going to use to determine his release. So let us actually take a look at far back what has been really going on about Nnamdi Kanu's case. So you guys know that Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has been facing trial since 2021 with various legal developments, including dismissed suits and rejected evidences. And his recent court proceedings, the trial has seen drama, with Kanu disowning a lawyer who claimed to represent him. The court also addressed issues of overcrowded defense team and restricted online recordings. Yes, ever since Nnamdi Kanu started this case, you guys know how he disowned Binta Yako. From Binta Yako, they assigned a new judge to him, that is Justice Omotosho. And even on top of that, we noticed something about the court, that the court started, they tried to start restricting online recordings, yeah, but finally it didn't still well, because definitely when Nnamdi Kanu is in court, we need online recordings to tell the whole world what is really going on in court. So his legal teams, you guys already know Kanu's legal teams. You guys know the Kanu's legal team has expanded with senior lawyers joining his defense, including Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Paul Esokoro, and Dr. P.K. Obi. So the possible outcomes of tomorrow is going to be tomorrow proceedings might involve further cross-examination of prosecution, witness, or potential adjournments. The court decision could also impact Kanu's bail application or trial progress. Yes, looking at what is even going to happen tomorrow, because you know that the DSS they're still going to bring more witnesses against Nnamdi Kanu. So his tomorrow proceedings might even involve more of the cross-examination of the prosecution witness or potential adjournment, because you guys already know that they have already given us dates that Nnamdi Kanu is going to appear in court. They have given us some specific dates that he's going to appear in court. So guys, I want you to actually listen to what Aloy Ejimaka have to say about Nnamdi Kanu's court case, and I'll be right back.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen of the press, what I said and what my two colleagues have said can be summarized as follows. One, recall that Nnamdi Kanu's case was commenced almost over 9 years ago when he was first arrested in Lagos. Recall also that he was then charged with offenses relating to his broadcast on Radio Biafra from his location in London. You can imagine what it means for someone to be on an endless trial that never really happens for almost 10 years and being detained without conviction for 18 months, initially from 2015 to 2017, and again for over 3.5 years from 2021 to the present day. This alone is a gross injustice of its unique kind. Two, it's also to be recalled that after Nnamdi Kanu was freed on bail, Nigeria's army levied these lethal attacks against him that drove him into exile, involuntary exile, from which he was also renditioned in 2021. And recall the decision made in 2018 by the African Union that everything that has happened to the IPOB from 2017 to that very date, and of course, much worse happened after. Recall that those things were declared illegal and unlawful, and as having violated the African Charter at a continental scale. Now, also, the same action, in particular, the prescription of IPOB in 2017, provoked or triggered the rush of litigation that eventually culminated in the ruling of the High Court of Enugu State, declaring that such actions by the federal government of Nigeria against Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB are unconstitutional. So the question to ask is this: why is it that the IPOB, being of Igbo stock, it is not us as legal team making allegations? We have rulings of the international community. In the same vein, we have rulings of municipal courts in Nigeria indicating that what is happening to IPOB is nothing more than an ethnic-driven persecution. 3, now having survived the lethal attacks and having survived this many years in enforced exile, and having undergone all these tribulations and travails, and having been renditioned, these actions, this very action of the federal government of renditioning Nnamdi Kanu triggered the international legal order. In July 2022, the United Nations Human Rights Council came down with a gavel that Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinarily renditioned, and that it was a violation of all canons of international law to which Nigeria is subject, and it recommended a generous compensation to be paid to him and cessation of his prosecution. That was ignored by the federal government. 4. It is noteworthy that on 29th June 2021, as indicated before, Nnamdi Kanu was arraigned. Well, you can say produced in court, albeit secretly, through the back door and presented before Honorable Justice Binta Moritala Nyako, who was aware that Nnamdi Kanu had cancelled a record. The prosecution was aware Nnamdi Kanu had cancelled a record, not us, his former lawyers. And the DSS was aware of the information of his cancelled record. Everything was on file. Yet, Nnamdi Kanu, or the court, conducted hearing over the head of Nnamdi Kanu and remanded him to DSS custody without notice to his counsel, not to talk of presence of his counsel. This is a flagrant violation of Section 36 of the Nigerian Constitution. 5. When you fast forward to October 2022, when the Court of Appeal discharged Nnamdi Kanu, there was also a judgment issuing from the Federal High Court sitting in Umuahia, which had declared his rendition from Kenya as unconstitutional. It didn't stop there. It went as far as declaring his continued detention in Abuja as unconstitutional.
So, my people, you guys have listened to what Aloy Edimako have to say about Nnamdi Kanu's case and what he's doing. Now, many Nigerians have went as far as reacting to the way Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya, because they went as far as saying that that was a kidnapping. What do you are kidnapped in Kenya? Just like that is the treatment of the human rights. Now, many people went as far as saying that I think that the problem that many people are facing in this country is what Nigerians, the problem that Nigerians have is the fear of Igbo. They have this phobia of Igbo people, and I think that's why Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention today. But so people are saying it's the fear of Igbo. They feel that if they give someone like Nnamdi Kanu the chance to be the president of Nigeria, that he's going to divide Nigeria, he's going to make matters worse. So, all these things. But sometimes I do ask myself, why is it that the Southeast governors, what do they even talk in meeting? Like, what are they always saying in meetings? Like, anytime they gather, what are they always discussing? Are they really even discussing about Nnamdi Kanu? Because I know that if they are really discussing about it, we will not be having this case. Now, by now, Nnamdi Kanu would have been released. But because they're not talking about it, and I do ask, they used to form a meet, they do meetings. So what do they really talk about in those meetings? So guys, I want you guys to listen to what this young man said and watch and listen to what he said about the problems of we have in Nigeria. That the problems we have in Nigeria, especially in this Nnamdi Kanu court case, is the Southeast governors and leaders. Guys, take a look at this and I'll be right back.
Oji, it's interesting you ask this question. And the reason I don't know what the Southeast Governors Forum are doing. I don't know what they discuss when they meet. But there are critical areas that we must address. And we must bring to the table as soon as possible. The Southeast, yes, is the only region that does not have a high-pressure gas transmission pipe to take natural gas through it. You have the AKK, the Ajaokuta, Abuja, Kaduna, Kanu. There is a second phase of that AKK that goes to Gausu in Zamfara. Now, in that AKK, you have pressure metering and reduction stations in Gwagwalada for Abuja. You have in Kaduna, you have in Kanu. And then you're also going to have in Gausu when the second phase starts. That AKK is what the government hopes to extend for transnational gas pipeline through Niger Republic to Algeria, even if I don't think that will be feasible because of the lack of diplomatic relationship between Niger Republic and the Nigerian government in Abuja. Okay? The Southeast does not have a pipe that runs through it, despite the fact that Abia State produces a lot of natural gas. In 2007, Ibe Kachuku designed Nigerian Gas Master Plan. And in that master plan, he put a 121-kilometer pipe that is supposed to extend from Aba to Owerri, to Enugu, to Onitsha, and then to Nnewi. The government says that no, they want to do a TNGP pipe extension from Abia State to Ajaokuta, and the second phase is going to go from Abia State to Enugu to Ajaokuta. That is going to take gas away from the southeast, not through the southeast. You need a pipe that extends out, because you need gas for glass fabrication, you need gas for urea, you need gas for power. 40% of the gas that is typically produced every day, either through associated gas that you get when you drill crude oil, yeah, or through non-associated gas fields, is used for electricity. So how do you want to increase generation and increase feedstock to the GENCOs in the southeast if you don't build a high-pressure transmission pipe? Whose responsibility is it to make sure that this happens? It's the Nigerian Gas Infrastructure Company, which is a subsidiary of the NNPC group. So my question to the management of NNPC is, why have they refused to commission FID for gas pipes to the southeast? Why have the Southeast Governors Forum not gotten into a meeting with the president to ask him why the region does not have a gas pipe that runs straight? What exactly is wrong that it seems that there is like a calculated power share between the northwest and the southwest, and until every other region in Nigeria gets permission from the northwest and the southwest, nothing happens in their region? It doesn't make any sense. How can Mr. President be talking about renewed hope and economic transformation and increase in the per capita income of Nigerians and prosperity for Nigerians about building a $1 trillion economy when everything is centered around Lagos?
All right, let me.
So, my people, you guys listen to what he said. Exactly, this is what is going on in Nigeria now. They actually want the Southeast to always take permissions before they do something. They said, okay, they're going to build development, but you will notice that even as they're doing the development, you will never see any development in the Southeast. Everything is just centered in Lagos, which is totally bad. Is this how? Is it the reason why I tell you guys that they're always sidelining the Igbos when it comes to development in this country? They're always sidelining the Igbos. I don't know if I'll say what the problem that Nigerians have is the fear of Igbos. That is actually what is disturbing them. The fear of Igbos is what is disturbing them. Fear of Igbos. Because tell me why they want the Southeast to always collect power from the north, always take permission for whatever they're doing from the north. They always center everything in Lagos, which is very, very bad. They don't, when they talk about development, there's nothing like development that is going on in the southeast. I've never seen where the president said, okay, let's do something in the southeast, let's develop something in the south. I have never seen. And now if you take a look at what is going to be going on in Nnamdi Kanu's court case tomorrow, let me just tell you guys and let me just analyze what is going to be going on in Nnamdi Kanu's court case tomorrow. So let us actually look at what happened. We said Nnamdi Kanu's case has been ongoing since 2015 with various twists and turns. As the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, that's IPOB, Kanu has been advocating for the Biafran independence, which has led to charges of treason, terrorism, and other offenses. His detention and trial has sparked controversy, with many arguing that his right to free speech and association are being violated. The case has generally significant attention both locally and international, with human rights organizations and governments expressing concerns about Kanu's treatment. So tomorrow's proceedings may involve further cross-examination of prosecution witnesses, potential adjournments, or even a judgment. The outcome will likely have significant implications for Kanu's future, the indigenous people of Biafra movement, and the broader context of human rights and freedom of expression in Nigeria. A favorable outcome for Kanu could lead to his release or a reduction in charges, while an unfavorable outcome could result in further detention or even a conviction. So ultimately, the court decision will be crucial in determining the trajectory of Kanu's case and the IPOB movement. Like people have now been saying that tomorrow's court case, they're going to bring more, there will be more further, or let's say further cross-examination of the witnesses. Yes, there'll be more further because they want to make sure that they bring Nnamdi Kanu down, but it's not going to, because the judge have already said that the witnesses should bring the DSS witnesses should bring more. They should bring more witnesses to court. That's what they're going to use. I know, and they're going to use this one and now know everything that has been going on. Like I told you guys that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu legal team is already prepared for the witnesses that will be coming to court tomorrow. Their witness is prepared. And if you notice that, I tell you one thing about this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, is all directed to their lawyers. Yes, if their lawyers can give an effective representation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case tomorrow, you find out that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to win in every case. If you notice the time he won trial within trial, you saw the way the legal team, that's the defense team, we are giving it back to back to the DSS witnesses that they brought. You saw the way they were asking the questions to the extent that they didn't know what to say again. The DSS witnesses didn't know what to say again, and they were just like they don't know. Any question they ask, they will say they don't know. So if the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prepare so well, they prepare so well that they give us what we want to hear. They give it back to the DSS witnesses. You find out that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is also going to win another case again. Maybe tomorrow he will also win another case. So it depends. Everything about going on about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu depends on the effectiveness of the lawyers, if they can be able to give back to the DSS witnesses. And if you notice, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu keep winning all these cases in court day by day, you find out that they're going to just close this case. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu keeps winning the case, they're going to close this case. And let us actually see what is going to happen in court, because you guys know that they have already brought, because the presiding judge Omotoshi said that is meaning, I think, 6 witnesses to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and after the 6 witnesses, they will now know what next to do, if they're going to close the court case. So I think this is an opportunity for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers to use and try all their possible best to make sure that they defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court so well. And when asking this DSS witness question, they should be hitting it to them so that they will actually lose confusion. That is the thing. Because if you notice, all those things that the DSS witnesses have been coming to court to say, it's as if it's an arranged something. Someone actually arranged it for them to come and say in court, because it is looking like something that somebody asked them to say. It's looking like an arranged something. And that's why after the questions that the Kanu'S team was asking them, they became confused. Maybe they never expected that kind of question, and they started answering rubbish. They didn't even know what to say again. That is just it. And now you can notice that this is actually, I want to tell you guys, time that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be appearing in court, dates and when he's going to be appearing in court. And you all know that many Nigerians have been waiting for justice. Justice will surely prevail for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, justice will surely prevail. And all we are asking is that all this his court case, the one is going to be coming on 13 June, the one is going to come in on 18th and 19th. We all pray that the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wins each section of the court. That's all I'm praying for. So this is actually when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be arriving court. The date, guys, take a look at this.
Justice must not be allowed to be subverted. While specific details of what will sources are the best places to get updates, avoid relying on unverified information circulating on social media.
So my people, you guys have seen what that video said. Now, to be honest, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must actually get justice this time around. Yes, he must get justice. He must get justice, because this thing that after these dates now that they're going to, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come to court after these days, that's 13th, 18th, and 19th. After these dates, you'll find out that they will end the court proceedings for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to end. So that is it. So I just pray that the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should try to try their best to represent him so well in court. They should try their best to represent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so because it is the effectiveness that will determine the outcome of court. Many Nigerians are hoping. You can see the jubilation that happened when he won trial within trial. Did you see the massive jubilation? So that is it. Many Nigerians are praying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released. All these things that that they charge him for, they charge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for terrorists. You're charging an innocent man for terrorists, but have you Nigerians ever asked themselves, who are now the people that are causing mayhem in Nigeria since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was detained? Since Simon Ekpa was detained, who are now the people that are causing mayhem? in Nigeria. They have not asked themselves that question. They arrested an innocent man. They arrested an innocent man. And we all pray that this date, which is on 13th, 16th, 18th, and 19th, that justice will prevail. Yes, justice will prevail. So many people have been coming out, even the lawyer have been coming out to say that they should also, if they should settle out of court. But there are so many things surrounding this settlement out of court. There are so many things surrounding this settlement out of court. Even the lawyers are coming out to say that many people, even from the northern side, are saying that they should settle Nnamdi Kanu's case out of court. But I tell you guys, there's so many things surrounding it. If they should settle out of court, Nnamdi Kanu is going to give his own decision. Yes, he's going to give his own what he wants, as well as the government is also going to give what they want. So if Nnamdi Kanu comes out and says, okay, if you want us to settle out of court, this is what I want. I want the end of marginalization of the Igbos. I want steady supply in the southeast. I want industries to be built in the southeast. He goes as far as saying that he wants Igbo people to be occupying better positions in Nigeria, that the Igbo should also be given opportunity to be the president. Now, if Mazen Nnamdi now lists everything he wants to be done, you find that the Nigerian government are also going to list their own. Yes, the Nigerian government may tell him to deny Biafra. They may tell him to surrender his passport, that he may not be able to be traveling again. So he's going to now be within Nigeria. He's going to avoid anything online coming out, or he's going to even deny Radio Biafra. In fact, he used to stop Radio Biafra. So that is the conditions that they're going to, that the Nigerian government will require of him if they settle out of court. And looking at the way matters are going now, I don't think that Nnamdi Kanu is going to agree for settlement out of court, because the people who are saying settlement out of court is because they have already seen that indigenous people of Biafra has already won this court case. That's why you see they're saying that they should settle out of court. Though many people have been saying that they better release Nnamdi Kanu conditionally or unconditionally. And also, many Nigerians have seen they can still settle a criminal case out of court. That they can still settle a criminal case out of. So anybody who's saying they can't settle out of is a lie. They can still settle out of court. But now the thing is all in the hands of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Nnamdi Kanu. The first thing is that what if Bola Ahmed Tinubu accepts? I don't think Nnamdi Kanu is going to accept, because he already told you that I want justice to be done. I want justice to be done. That's what Nnamdi Kanu is saying. Because this is not you guys already know that he's a freedom fighter who has devoted his life. If someone can devote his life, devote everything to fight for the freedom of Igbos, do you think there's a going back? Just like many Nigerians are saying that I don't think Nnamdi Kanu is going to go back. Oh, this man has already suffered enough. He's not going to drop Biafra at any time. He already told you that I don't care if I die. As soon as I get Biafra, I'm okay. There was a time Dele was asking him, don't you care about your life? And he was like, I don't care about my life. All I want is Biafra. I don't care about cars. I don't care about money. So they've already found out that, okay, Nnamdi Kanu is someone. He's not just he's not only fighting for his family, but this man is fighting for the whole Nigerians. That's the reason why you see he's still kept in custody till now. They have found out that this man is literally fighting for the whole Nigerians. That's why you see he's being kept in custody. And you guys will be wondering, this day that Nnamdi Kanu, yes, he's not going to back down. That's why I told you guys, I don't think he's even going to accept that settlement out of court. After everything, you guys saw what happened in 2017 when they came for him. They came for him and they buy 24 innocent souls. Do you think Nnamdi Kanu will ever forget what happened? What the military did to him? Buy 24 innocent people that came on their own. But according to Nnamdi Kanu, he said he made his way out. Like he made his way, and immediately he ran to England. Yes, he just ran away. I don't know how he said he made his way out, but they couldn't get him because their plan was to buy him. That was their plan. So if someone like Nnamdi Kanu have already suffered even all the whole torture and everything, and all of a sudden they're asking him to come out and let him say what they want, and even if they for me, I feel that if they settle out of court, Biafra may not actually happen if they settle out of court. Yes, Biafra may not actually happen. What Mazen Nnamdi Kanu wants is, what he wants is just Biafra. If they settle out of court today, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu may not actually get Biafra. The only thing that the president of Nigeria may tell him that is, what do you want? So that's what I think. And you guys know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they don't even want to use their ear to hear Biafra at all. In fact, that's what I told you, they believe in one Nigeria so much. They're holding so tight in one Nigeria. So that's why you see, I don't think this settlement out of court is going to work. It will not really work, because what is in the mind of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra. You should understand that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said, I don't want my people. That's the Ndi Igbos. I don't want the Ndi Igbos to continue to stay with other tribes that hate them. Because it's already clear to us now that other tribe hate us. Yes, it is clear to us. From the confession of what Gowon said, it is not clear to us that they hate us. Because how can Gowon say that he wanted to bring unity in Nigeria, thereby buying Biafra, thereby buying the Igbos? What happened to the other tribes? What happened to, so you see, that's the reason why you said Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he already seen the way that they hate the Igbos so much, and that is why he wants to separate the Igbos entire. In fact, he just wants the Igbos to have their own nation. Okay, this is Biafra nation, so that we'll actually know that, okay, it's only us that is living in this particular place. He doesn't want other tribes to come and interfere, because he have already seen the hatred, and a hatred for a particular tribe, I don't think is going to come to an end very soon. Yes, why I said it is because this recent matter of P2B coming out for the candidate of the coming out as a presidential candidate. People have been, many Nigerians have been saying that. I've been hearing some comments about P2B where they said, what would can this Igbo man even overthrow Tinubu? Can this Igbo man even overthrow Tinubu? Some people went as far as saying that some people went as far as saying that the P2B should go and rest. Like, you guys can imagine. Are they trying to tell us that an Igbo man cannot rule Nigeria? You see, even after everything that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been warning, talking about the capability of the Ndi Igbos, still other tribes are insisting that P2B is not qualified to be the president of Nigeria. He's not qualified. So you see the way they keep throwing Igbos out. They keep throwing you. So many Nigerians have said, this is, I don't know if I'll say, there's this fear of Igbos that is causing what is going on in Nigeria. Fear of Igbos. They have this mentality that if an Igbo person come and sit today, the Igbo person is going to divide Nigeria. The Igbo person is going to declare Biafra. The Igbo person will not make one Nigeria stand again. But let me tell you guys the honest truth. This one Nigeria is actually coming from few people. Yes, it is. This one Nigeria is coming from few. It's coming from people in power. I hardly see a citizen of Nigeria come out and say, I believe in one Nigeria. You hardly see it now. As of now, you hardly see a citizen of Nigeria come out and say, we believe in one Nigeria. So the people who are only believing it is the people in power. Do you know why the citizens have even removed mind from one Nigeria? Because they have seen Shege and they have seen hell. In this recent regime of Tinubu, they have seen hell. The insecurity alone in Benue State is going to tell them that this is not time for one Nigeria. The people the people who want this one Nigeria are the people, our leaders who are in power. They are the people that want this one Nigeria. And that is why you see it's very hard for them to declare Biafra, because they already know it's very hard. It's just so hard for them to give Igbos Biafra. They believe that if Igbos go, that means they're benefiting, they will not be able to benefit it again. That is the reason. They feel that all their plans is going to scatter. And the reason why they're even keeping Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in consultation, because he knows everything going on in Nigeria. You see these Fulani terrorists, he knows all of them. He knows where that's why you see their kid, because he knows that if they release this man, all their secrets are going to be exposed. They know. So that's why you see they try all their possible best to keep him in continuous detention. This is very, very bad, and we pray that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's court case, which is on 13th, 18th, which is on 13th, 16th, 18th, and 19th, is going to turn out well, because after this date, his court proceedings is going to end, and this is time for Kanu's team to shake the court. This is time for Kanu's team to present effectively. This is time for them to show the whole world that Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent man. He is not a terrorist. This is time. Because if Kanu's lawyer fuck up, then you know that they will keep adjourning the case. But if they actually do so well, in this 4 days that he's going to be coming to court, you will find out that if Nnamdi Kanu wins the case on 13th, wins the case on 16th, wins the case on 18th, wins the case on 19th, then you know that it's over, that the proceedings is going to end, that they're going to close the court case. But if they don't really win it, or they didn't give us the way they gave us to us during that trial within trial that Nnamdi Kanu won, you find out that they will keep adjourning the case, because all they want is they don't want to just release him. They don't want to just release him on time, because they know that releasing him is going to expose all their evil plans. So they all know what they're doing. They all know what they're doing. So guys, I want you guys to just listen to what this man said here about insecurity in Nigeria, as well as the people who are funding them. Now, they're only saying that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, but they know deep down that he's not the terrorist. The people who are causing mayhem in Nigeria are this, in fact, I won't even say they are bandits. I can't say they're bandits. They are terrorists. Are these terrorists in Nigeria? Guys, take a look at what this man has to say, and I'll be right back.
In the tradition of the Fulani man that attracts the pressure from all over the
If I understand it, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries, who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do.
Why should federal government use resources for this country to accommodate Fulani men who are not Nigerians?
You see, as I said, we are already accommodating them. Do you delineate and then really know who is not a Fulani man from Nigeria? They are all Nigerians, because I said their identity, their own citizenship is Nigerian, even though we have relations all over the world, all over Africa. And so, presumably they are Nigerians. I think you get me. That is the misunderstanding. They move from one place to the other, and they have relations, kith and kins in all the parts of the country, and even outside the country. So that is why our own population is fluid. We can certainly not say this is the population of Nigeria. Of course, we will try more to cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the
operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together.
You see, the issue of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the
If I understand it, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries, who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project. And you use the language, the culture itself to be able to convince them. Away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized.
So guys, you guys listen to what that man said. To be honest, even the Fulani herders, like many people are already saying that few people are good. That even before you bring in Fulani people into your land, you need to sanitize them, allow them to agree to what our culture is. Yes, these Fulani herders, they don't agree to our culture at all. That is the reason why you see all these things is coming up on daily basis, all these attacks. You cannot come into someone's land and you don't agree to their culture. It is not done. It's just like you going into India or going to okay, let me use India for example, because India has cultures. It's just like going to India now, and as you go to India, you refuse to obey their culture. That is how it is. So the Fulani people just came into our land and they refused to obey our cultures. And you can see what the man was saying, that they need to sanitize these people before they come into our country. Tell them that okay, this is what we do and this is not what we do. They have to agree to it. You have to agree to it. But if you look at it, Nnamdi Kanu has already tagged the Fulani people as bad. In fact, they are his number one enemies. He tagged them as bad. So no matter anything they do, you see the reason why many people are saying that we don't even want one Nigeria. We don't even want one Nigeria at all. We don't want Nigeria. Let the Fulanis go, let the Hausa go, let the Yorubas go, let the Igbos go. So we don't want any of it at all. That is it. So Mazen and Kalo kept on saying that even before you accept total strangers into your land, you need to know their history. You need to know where they are coming from. You don't just accept people like that in your community. Mazen and Kalo said it in his broadcast, but many people did not listen to him. Take a look at what he said, guys, and I'll be right
Fulani
back.
can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSARS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying something about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanu'S people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiala is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please, Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forest. They are in their forest. And who's going to drive them away from there? It's not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They say they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu. Are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning, please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is mineral. The same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place. Tell me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village, before the white man came Did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mijetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to place. All of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame.
So, my people, you guys have listened to what Nnamdi Kanu said. This is actually what I was talking about. Fulani terrorists, the way Fulani terrorists has destroyed Nigeria, even the way he was warning that these things that Fulani headers are doing, carrying cars from one place to another, is a primitive practice. So why would the president even allow such a thing? Now, there was this breaking news. I don't know if you guys have heard it about this APC chieftain and just Jesu Tega Onu Besa. He said that, according to the report, they said that he is dead. This is a lawyer and a prominent political commentator. Now, this man was seen supporting. There was a time he was supporting Tinubu's regime. In fact, he was saying that Tinubu must win, that nobody can beat Tinubu. In an interview like that, he was seen supporting Tinubu. Now, after some time, he still came out in Arise TV again, say that in fact that he's not going to support Tinubu again. He denounced Tinubu, and many people are saying that the way people are now confessing these days is now shocking. And after some time, we heard that the man just passed away. I think he passed away yesterday, or I think it was the day before yesterday. The man just passed away. So, and according to what is happening, many Nigerians still reacting about this man's death. Yes, they were really reacting to APC chieftain and Jesu Tega's death. They were reacting to it. People are saying that thank God he actually denounced Tinubu before he died. And now many Nigerians are saying, why are everybody now coming out to confess? Just like Gowon even came out to confess his own, saying that he liked Nigeria, that everything he did during the Civil War was just because of, he said that why he did all those things was just because of he wanted unity in Nigeria. And many Nigerians are saying, what kind of thing is that? Is he trying to tell us that? Is he trying to tell us that he buyed only Igbos for unity? What happened to other tribes? Is it that he did not buy other tribes? Why is it that it's only Igbo people that he buyed? Because he wanted unity. Like, this is really, really bad. This is actually bad. So, if you take a look at what is happening, many people are coming out to confess. And many Nigerians say that who knows tomorrow now, if they will still come out and tell us that during the 2023 elections that it was Peter Obi that won it, but they had to read the election. And who knows tomorrow if they will still come out and tell us that one too, because the way they're not confessing is it's just as if they already know that indigenous people of Biafra is about to take over. And many people are saying that the reason why Gowon himself even came out to confess about what happened in Biafran war is because he had found out that IPOB has actually won. Yes, because if IPOB did not win, I don't think he will be coming out to say this. Instead, he even be fighting against indigenous people of Biafra. If not, he'll be fighting at them just because he has found out that okay, IPOB is already winning. That's why he's coming out to say such a thing. Because if IPOB did not win, he'll be telling Tinubu to deal with the indigenous people of Biafra. But many Nigerians are asking, this man, since he's coming out to confess, how are we going to believe him? Because when Nnamdi Kanu has been in continuous detention, this man did not come out to say anything. Yes, he didn't come out to say anything. He didn't come out to say, okay, this is what happened during the civilian war. This is what he did not tell us all these things. He never told us that he went after the agreement they had in Ghana with Odumegwu Ojukwu. He went at the back and started buying the Igbos. I said, buying the Biafran soldiers. He went at their back. So definitely he's the one that caused what happened in Nigeria. I know the for sudden he's asking for forgiveness. I mean, Nigerians say that to forgive is not the problem, but the problem we need is that the problem we have now is the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If he can order for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then certainly Igbo people will forgive him, because what is in the mind of Igbos now is the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the fact that they are holding their own person, the fact that they are holding Mazi, that is just all they are saying. So they are saying that all these things is asking for forgiveness is just like pouring salt on wounds already. So if Gowon can order the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, thereby telling us, because I feel that there are some other things that Gowon has not actually said. He's actually dropping it bit by bit. You tell us everything that happened in Biafra as well as Civil War, and also tell Bola Ahmed Tinubu to order for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that it was not the Biafrans that started war, it was him that caused the war that happened in he was the one that caused that Biafran war. That is what many people are saying. That if he wants us to Igbo to forgive him, he should order for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. To be honest, guys, like the lot of things are really happening in Nigeria, and we all pray and we hope that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court case, which is coming up on this 13th, 16th, 18th, and 19th, is going to be victorious. Yes, justice must be served. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must get justice. We need justice. He's an innocent man. They have detained the wrong person. Let me tell you something. The reason why Nigeria is not moving forward, because they have detained a wrong person. That's the reason why Nigeria is not moving forward. They detained someone who was sent by God to liberate Nigeria. That is why Nigeria is not moving forward. So we all pray for justice, and we'll pray that Kanu's legal team, they do so well in court tomorrow, as well as also insisting that they should do so well in court, because it is what they are going to say in court that is going to determine the effectiveness of how court is going to be. Yes, it is what the Kanu's legal team is going to say. It's only what is going to determine if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to, because all we are praying for is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should win all the whole case. But starting from the 13th, you should win the court case on 13th. You should win the court case on 16th. You should also win the court case on 19th. Like, that is all what we want. You should also win the court case on 18th. That is what we want. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu win the court case for these 4 days, is going to be coming to court, I bet you guys that they're going to they don't have any other evidence that they're going to use against him. They will not have any other evidence that are going to use against him. And I think by that time, the presiding judge, Omotosho, will even tell the prosecution team not to bring in witnesses again, because they've already found out that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is actually innocent. That is only if the legal team puts in so much work. So we need justice, and I pray that this court case is going to work, and definitely Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be released. That is my prayer. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts below. What do you really think is going to happen in court? Let me know your comments below. What do you think is going to take place in court tomorrow? And also, like I told you guys, I'll be giving you guys updates of what is going to be that's going to be happening in court tomorrow, because there'll be media will be covering whatever that's going to be happening in court tomorrow. And also, guys, if you know you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and share, and turn on the notification button to get every update in this channel. So guys, thanks for watching.